Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Here, let me turn that other light off. I got too much lighting. There we go. There we go. I think the lighting's bad. Too much light on there. Sorry about it. Let's see who we got in here. Waiting for. There we go. Got 3 people in there. Waiting for you guys to get in here. Start this sucker up. 2. What's going on? Let me know you guys are in the chat, because I don't think this thing is telling me directly what's going on. Let me know how many people are in here. Let me turn down this volume. Ooh, that's a little loud. So anyways, I didn't have my intro tonight, so I just went in here and got, there we go, connected. Good evening, Javier Garcia, Just Willie, Jody Shiloh, Joe Co, if you guys are still in here. So, and everybody else that's joined. I see we got 13 people in here now. Tia Balas, I can't even say your name, buddy. TA is what I'm going to call you. Sacramento Community Watch. What's going on, guys? Well, I'm kind of just waiting for the room to fill up. I've got a lot of things going on. I don't know if you guys saw my city council speech I gave this week. It was pretty good. Jeff hates pigs. What's going on? I'm kind of going over a new auditor that kind of came into play. Our guy, what's going on? 16 years old. I'm going to show both his videos. They're not very long, but he's 16 years old out there auditing. So I'm going to pull this up on the screen. Okay. He goes by Wichita Audits, but I'm going to put the link in the sidebar for you guys. Wichita Falls Audits here. I want you guys to go over, subscribe to him, let him know that BZ Watchdog sent you. Make sure you guys do hit that like and subscribe button here. I'm going to show those videos. I hate bullies. What's up, brother? I see you in there. I just get on that little high horse rant spiel, and trying to get a live stream done early before everybody goes live and ties up the airways here. Jody Shiloh in the house. There we are. All right. So I want to show you guys the first one. This one, I saw this the other day. He was in the library.
Tell me again.
I mean, I'm being respectful. I just want to know.
You're not being respectful. Because
Hi there.
Hi.
Do you know what services you offer to the public?
Well, this is the recreation office for the city.
And what would that provide?
Well, we have a calendar there of all of our classes. It
Yeah.
lets you know.
Thank you. Services do you provide for the public?
So in addition to having materials to check out, and we have, books, we have movies, audiobooks, things like that.
Oh, wow. Wow. They have music. This is the workout area for senior citizens over 50. We're just going to scribble because I can't spell. Thank you for being, cordial and telling me everything.
You're welcome. That's my job.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. You too.
Okay, since there's 17 of you guys in here, I want to do this real quick. I want to go ahead and let me get in here real quick. Hang on, because I have to do it from another screen. I want to go ahead and see NCAP Cop Watch is live. That's what's going on. Anyways, let me dump into my live real quick. I'm going to go ahead and give out 5 memberships. All right, so there's the first 5 memberships, because I'm giving out 10 tonight. So let's see. I Hate Bullies got one. Jody Shiloh got one. TA got one. Stephanie Jenks got one. And Riverside County Cop Watch got one. So Those are your first 5 free of the night. So dig those memberships. I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to probably give out 5 more when we get to the next
Do you
video.
work here?
I work here, yeah.
Do you know what services?
What?
Do you know what services you offer for the public?
Who are you with?
Huh? Oh, I'm just recording.
Okay, I'll need to take you to my boss
Why?
because you
Sorry.
can't just record me.
Hi, Scott McGee. I'm the recreation
Hi.
administrator for the city.
Hey.
What can I do for you?
Oh, I'm just recording around y'all's library.
Okay, well, unless you're a member or in a class or something, you're not supposed to be up here.
Up here?
But yeah, this is not the library.
ACA is the man.
Oh, I apologize.
All right, thank you.
Really? I can't just be up here and walk around?
Not unless you're a member or you're in a
Really?
class.
Because I was here last week and I was allowed to do.
Well, according to, are you the one that was in the exercise room?
Oh, wow. They have music. What do you mean?
In the workout room over there?
I gotta be more specific.
The workout room, where the machines are.
I mean, I was everywhere.
No, it's not. Okay, all right. No, but you have to be involved in a class, working, doing like a reservation or something like that.
I don't have
Or
to.
a member of the,
I can just walk around. But that's to participate in the
there's a
activities.
sign downstairs that says, unless you're a member or a part of the can't be
Well,
up here.
really?
Yeah.
I can't be up here and walk around, or is that to participate
You
in the
can find
activities?
out information, but.
So I can be up here, but I can't participate in the activities?
Right,
Okay, so I'll just turn around.
okay, but you gotta be you're doing some business.
I am doing business.
What is this business for?
Constitutionally protected activities.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Well,
recording.
make your spin around and then move on, okay?
Okay, what was your name?
Scott
Scott
McGee.
McGee. What do
Yeah.
you do for the public?
I'm the Recreation Services
Recreation
Administrator.
services. And you do know you are allowed to record in a public library.
Yeah,
And even if I don't have business here, I'm allowed to? Because you're a member of the public, I'm allowed to record?
this area is open to that kind of,
Oh, but you were just saying I can't be up here.
right, you're not a member or you're not working.
But I am
You're not
allowed to be
doing
up here?
Well, you can, because you have that claim
But you just
that
said,
you're some kind
but you
of
were just
citizen,
walking me over there.
environmental, or,
Yeah, hey bullies. This kid is only 16 years old. Okay, so and obviously they are treating him a little differently. At first they're like a little polite, but then they're telling him he can't do this, he can't do that. So he doesn't. He's got some stuff to learn, but he's on it. He's right on the money. So let me get back to this video real quick because these aren't very long videos. So.
You were just walking me over there.
tell me
so
what you're here for.
I just told you.
Tell me again.
Constitutionally protected
Okay.
activities.
I can let you do that.
Okay, so why were you
So
walking
why
out?
are you causing all this trouble?
I'm not.
I just told you you could go walk around.
I was just asking why you were trying to walk me out.
Where's the sign? Downstairs.
About the elevator.
I mean, I'm being respectful. I just want to know.
You're not being respectful
That's,
because I've told you can go ahead and go around and
Right.
take your pictures, and now you're still questioning me.
I'm not questioning. I'm just asking.
Can I get a video? No.
I'm just wondering. Call the police about what? Me recording?
About you harassing me?
You. How am I harassing you? You came up and talked to me.
Go on, do your thing.
You came up to talk to me, sir. You're calling the cops over a 16-year-old?
Is that how old you are?
Oh,
I need that too, and I need your name.
So a minor can't be in a public building? Not in here, really? So a minor can't be in a library?
Can I have your
Seriously?
name?
No, you may not.
Wow, he just discriminated with the camera and his age. Ain't that crazy? John Eagle in the house. What's going on? I don't know about the lag, just Willie. My stuff seems, I just did an update. Everything seems to be rolling good, so I don't know. But man, it's crazy.
Okay, then that's all for you. Go and take your pictures and go.
So a minor can't be in a public building? I pay taxes.
Yes, a minor can be. Go take your pictures. I'm telling you, you can go take your pictures.
You were just calling the cops on me.
Yeah.
For what? Recording? Exactly. Get out of here. You can't be up here, but you can be up here. But you can't be up here. What is it? Can I be up here or can I not be up here? Oh, shoot. So this is the workout building. It is for people 50 years and up. and the group of 50-year-olds and up is hi there.
Hi.
So you're allowed to be. This isn't harassment. Following me around.
No,
But
you
I-
just told me I wasn't harassing you.
No, I didn't say you.
You weren't harassing me.
But you just said I was. That's why you were calling the cops. Your logic is crazy.
Swedish
And you work
Observer.
for the public, and you're just following me around recording
For 42 years, I worked.
classes, but more of like exercise dance classes to build your hips, legs, and all that, and knees. I bet he enjoys
I can
watching that.
explain all that to you.
Oh, sure.
What classes we do?
Oh, yeah.
We do
'Cause
fitness, arts and crafts, cooking classes,
really?
dances,
You guys do
ping
cooking?
pong, pool.
Wait, do you guys teach like gourmet or?
It's usually through the health department.
Oh, dang. So it's more of like
It's
just.
diet. It's different.
Oh, so like
Sometimes it's
nutrients
recipes,
and
sometimes
crap.
it's diet
Oh,
and
okay.
things like that. Especially for diabetes.
Do you guys do weight exercises? Nice.
Yep.
And this is only
we
for
have-
the 50?
Well, so a lot of it's for the, we do have classes for all ages. That
All
start with
ages.
little kids on up that do martial arts, arts and crafts,
And
dance, you name it.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Billiards. You got an issue with me recording?
Huh?
You got an issue with me recording?
Go what?
You got an issue with me recording?
No, I just want to cover myself.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Because just follow me. So, is this what you do? Just follow 16-year-olds around?
No, I don't usually have 16-year-olds around harassing me.
He just asked to be usually follow 16-year-olds around. That's funny.
That was very fun. And that was very quick.
PD. He's a PDF.
Fuck. Oh, here's the police.
Oh, this guy looks like a
Hey
bully.
there.
How's it going?
Hi. They call them.
Oh,
Okay.
hang on. Lag. I did have some lag there for a second. Sorry about that. Just want to make sure. Hang on. All right.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
You're welcome, TA.
I'm sorry?
Name and badge number.
Nelson 595.
Are we rough?
535.
Awesome. Am I allowed to
Rough.
record?
This is where it's a public space.
Right.
It's
So,
as long as
you're not recording the people.
If someone
right.
tells
So
you
even
that
then,
they
it's a
don't wanna
public
be
space. I'm
recorded-
allowed to record the people. Like I can record their conversation. It's a public building.
I mean, you would still have to ask them.
No, there's no ask. It's a one-party system. Where
They
only
might
one
not
person
want to
can
be
agree.
in it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's law.
Yeah, you're right. It's a single party system for recording in state Texas, especially.
Or in a class or doing business in preparation.
But I wasn't in the activities, so you didn't have the right to kick me out.
I do if you're not participating.
That's how it works. It's a public building
No, this has a sign downstairs that's
for
specifically
the activities.
upstairs.
But I'm allowed to walk around. Like, what is he doing? He's not in the activities, but he's
He's a
walking around.
member of the zone.
How do you know?
You want to
They
go
have a
check one?
badge.
You
I don't
want to
have
go
to
check?
check one.
Exactly.
He's
So,
already
so you
checked
don't know because you have to check.
So
I
I
know
know you're
all of
trying to just get content for your account. I don't
No,
know.
I'm just trying to get the architecture and everything.
Yeah, and that's fine. And I'm recording too, so
Yeah.
you know. So my name's Chad.
So
What's your channel so we can come back and watch our live?
not big at all to be found. I'm just starting. So
If you have a name, we can
Yeah, what you got?
good civilian.
check it out.
I've been walking around and I did not give permission.
I'm allowed to. How I can
Not
record you
with
now.
me.
I'm recording your face right now.
You do better not. I don't want.
I am.
Okay, because I don't want to be on social media or anything. I am not. Okay.
Right.
No worries.
I already introduced myself, gave my name, but you haven't given me your name.
Because I don't need to. You're a public worker. What happened to all that assertiveness?
That's my job, to make sure
Really?
that things don't happen to our,
You got to make sure no one's recording. Really.
yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
They
We have
definitely.
people that
Yeah.
may,
There are people who feel like, as you see, there's people who just get
Yeah,
uncomfortable
I
with
get
it.
that, but
We have
he
kids
didn't feel
dance.
uncomfortable. He was just
Yeah.
antagonizing.
Well, he's not, and I understand where you're coming from. You have the right to have your phone record, and that's when I was a kid. I had a friend of mine. He loved to take his video
Yeah.
camera and go around and try to find.
The thing that bothered me is
Um,
if he was walking away and I was following him around with the camera, it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
awesome.
we understand where you're coming from,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of views out there that people want to try to catch somebody saying something stupid. And so I understand that too.
Oh yeah.
And
Just be
and he-
polite and respectful.
and this,
No, I've been
this is one of the
polite.
And you
nicest
have.
guys around.
No, he seems very nice.
He
But
is. He is a
all I
nice
did was come up here. I was
Yeah.
down there just
But-
asking this lady a question. I asked, "What do you do for the public?" And then he came up here and said, "You're not allowed to do this and that."
Remember, you had her down there by the door. She immediately turned and said, I need you to talk to my
Yes,
boss.
because I asked her what she was doing
And
for the
so I
public.
introduced myself
Right.
and said, what are you doing here? And you
Right.
said you were filming whatever you call yourself,
Yes.
Constitution, whatever. And I said, well, according to our rules, unless you're in a class doing business or you're a member, you're not supposed to be here. You said, I can. Filming. I said, well,
And you can't. I'm gonna walk you
if
out.
we show that sign and see, and that's why.
Yeah.
Listen, well, I don't want to keep you all here.
Biggest Vips in the house. Ain't seen him in forever.
Any longer.
Yeah.
Trying to get in here.
But
Harassed.
it was
Well,
good meeting
it
you.
was good meeting you, Mr. Nelson
Chad.
and Ruff.
It's easy.
Rough.
Scott McGee.
Scott
Sorry we
McGee,
got off to a bad
It's
start,
very
but
okay. I hope you guys have a good rest of
Yeah,
your
we
day.
go
And
too.
I apologize for
It's all right.
any kind of
We got it.
disturbance.
We got it straight.
Have a good day.
Thank
You too.
Thanks.
It's like 10 degrees.
And it is warmer up here.
It's a lot warmer.
Yeah, I actually had myself muted. I'm sorry. Wichita Audits is in the house. I didn't mean to accidentally mute myself. That was my bad. Oh, look at that. FAPA's in the house. Hey, FAPA, we do have Wichita Audits right here in the house as well, in the room. The man, the myth, the legend. KCA in the house. Sacramento Cop Watch. I'm sorry, Sacramento Community Watch. I always like to call you Cop Watch for a reason. Vegas Vips. We got all the stars in here today. But he got arrested second time out at the post office. What up, big dog? What up, William Rivera? Make sure you guys go over to Wichita Audits. The link is in the comment section. Let them know BZ Watchdog sent you. Now we're going to go ahead and, since we are about to do his second video, good old BZ here is going to give out 5 more free memberships coming y'all's way. We got FAPA got a free membership. Vips got a free membership. Ghostman got a free membership. Joko Cop Watch got a free membership. Should have been one more. See, 1, 2. Who gets the 5th one? That's really weird. I see 1, 2, 3. It gave out 4 of them, so I don't know where the 5th one went. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go to live chat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. Low Dimes, what's up? So anyways, look at that. So I gave out my 10 free memberships this month already right there. So you guys enjoy them. I always post my content, drop it early in the members only. I don't know how it skipped you, Sacramento. I really don't know. I really don't know how you got skipped, my man. But let me do this. Let me go to the second video because this one's even better. Damn, he's at 10K on this video already? Holy crap. I saw this thing yesterday. It was at like 4,000. It's at 10K.
I am a law enforcement officer.
You cannot do that, not when we're doing passports.
We turn this from a 1 to a 10 by calling the cops. All right, everyone. Today we are going to be doing a postal office, and that smells like weed. That car. They have, oh wow, they have everything here. We always look at the rules. What that means is that we can record as long as we're not disturbing business.
I do want to mention this, guys. This post office, I literally commented on his page thinking that it was the Fort Worth downtown location because it looks identical to the one downtown. I mean, literally down to every piece of the wall, the floor, the doors, the windows, everything. Almost like it was in an old train station. Oh, by the way, Wichita audits, send FAPA an email over there at First Amendment Protection Agency at gmail.com, I believe it is. And he will get you, he wants to cover your video on a live tomorrow. So we're trying to get you promoted, my man. So we're going to try to get you monetized and jump started on your channel. We think you can do good things. We're embracing it. So we're going with it. Oath Breakers Night. Oh, actually, Oath Breakers Nightmare. Do you want to come up? I'd like to talk to you, actually, if you don't mind, real quick. Here, let me send you the StreamYard link. Hang on a second. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Let me do this real quick. Man, it's been so freaking long since I have done. There we go. Got it right there. Actually, if both of you guys want to come up and actually kind of help me narrate this video, that would actually be cool. Hey, I don't mind it. I'm impromptu guest up here. I would love for you guys to come up and talk about this video and what transpired after this. I'm actually curious. So I dropped the StreamYard link right there. If you want to join me, more than welcome to come up. Wichita, your dad, both you guys, Oathbreakers, Nightmare. I'm kind of curious now on what transpired. All you got to do is click on the link and join in, and I'll add you up here, and we can go ahead and discuss this video. Because I got some questions for Dad. No, he won't. He's not to that point, FAPA, but I think with some help and coaching, I think we can get him there. I think we can get him there. That's not a problem. You don't realize how much how much resources we have in this community. Got a lot of people that are always. Wichita Audits, its First Amendment Protection Agency at gmail.com. He's got a pretty easy one. Oath. We got Oathbreakers Nightmare. Are you gonna click on the link and join us? Join me up here. Yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about Texas Penal Code 3802, failure to identify Wichita audits. That's why I wanted to bring this up. But let me know if your dad decides to come up, or if you want to come up here and talk to me about this video. Since he's in the chat, I don't have a problem bringing you up because obviously he's supporting you. I was just a little cautious because you were under 18. But if your dad's in the chat, I'm cool with that. So I'll drop that. FAPA, if you want to join me, KCA, if you want to join me, that's fine. I'm sure we all have questions for this. Plus, it'll help you cover if you want to go live tomorrow night or. Hey, I'm live right now covering a 16-year-old auditor in Texas. I think you should cover him. But I'm live right now. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this young man some some movement. I think this is going to be good for the younger generation to learn and carry on the torch. There you go. A lot of supporters, man. A lot of supporters. While I'm waiting on his dad to log into StreamYard and connect, if you guys can go over to Wichita Falls Audits, and if one of my mods can put that link in, go over there, subscribe to his channel, let him know that BZ Watchdog sent you. That way he knows where the subs are coming from. I'd appreciate it. Here we go. All right, you are live, sir.
All right.
Live. How are you doing tonight?
All right. I'm doing well. There's a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to try to work through it.
Oh, no worries, man. Hey, so I've got a couple of questions for you before we start. So, how did your son get started doing this? That's my first question.
Well, it really is from my prior career. A lot of hearing the stories that I've told over the years, and then we both heard about auditing, First Amendment auditing, and just in the past few years, I didn't know anything about it at all. And somebody had told me about it, and we got to watching videos, and I said, that's something. I'm retired now, so I mean, that's something that I want to do. I've been trying to affect change in the law enforcement community since I became, since I was a police officer. So, and Ian's very, very gung ho about it. He's just a student at the craft of auditing. So,
hey Preston, I got a quick question for you, real quick. They're saying you got a bad echo. Do you have YouTube on by chance as well?
I think it may be picking up. Yeah, my son was just behind me.
Okay, I was going to say if you turned it down on the computer, we won't pick it up. So,
okay, yeah, I think we fixed that. Let me know.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments. Everybody here is letting me know. So I've got some big guys in the community actually in my channel right now. So we're all, I was just on the phone with Kansas City Accountability and First Amendment Protection Agency before I went live, and we were talking about your son, because we thought this was just First Amendment Protection Agency is pretty young. He's probably one of the youngest. He promoted a 16-year-old out of Massachusetts, I believe, last month.
Oh, wow.
The kid was spot on and everything. And then I saw your sons, and I happen to be in the DFW area. I'm in Fort Worth right now. So I know Wichita Falls, I got a speeding ticket there a few years ago. They're real bad up there. And I saw his video, and I said, wow, I would love to cover this kid. I think he's got potential. I think he's going to be a superstar. And it just sucks. He got arrested. Did I cut out there? Are we here? I got arrested.
Yeah,
he got arrested the second time out. Hold on. I might have froze for a second. Hang on. Are we back? Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Are you there? Hold on. I think I
got you.
Okay. There we go. My screen froze for a second. So, So, when I saw another 16-year-old that was cool, calm, collective, spitting out reasonable logic and not falling to the pit traps of the cops, I was like, wow. And then he turns around and gets arrested by, well, I don't want to ruin it because we haven't seen the video yet. I want to kind of cover the video here with you real quick, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play this real quick, but I'm going to mute my mic so I don't have any echo. But feel free to jump in here and stop me and comment on this. I know this is not a very long video. It's only 14 minutes long. But I want to go ahead and I notice he looks at this poster 7 and something I used to do all the time. Chevy, thank you for the one membership you gifted. Appreciate that. Sevenfold United States of America Incorporated. Thanks for coming in. I'm gonna play this real quick though, and so let me know when to stop it.
Everything here. We always look at the rules.
Okay.
What that means is that we can record as long as we're not disturbing business.
Man, Kansas City accountability with 5 memberships. Who's gonna top KCA in the house? Chevy, are you gonna top him tonight? Just saying. Anyway.
So share the age is not doing video.
There's a lot of writing on this. They offer passports, and yeah, everything is graffiti on everything in here. Priority? No, I'm just recording what y'all offer here.
Do you have any questions I can answer for you?
Do you know what you do for the public?
What I do for the public?
Yeah.
You sell stamps and the road postal mail.
Do you also do?
You can knock on door 115 and he can help you further.
Really? Oh, you know where that is?
I've got customers in front of me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know where door 115 is?
No, our walk-in door is already done. So.
Yeah, if you'll, I do have something to say right there.
I actually did have something to say right there. Chevy with another 5 memberships right there. Man, thank you guys for those memberships. That allows everybody access to early content. I prefer those memberships over super chats because I get paid more, and 2, everybody gets better benefits. And people that can't afford to buy a membership, everybody gets gifted one. What I was trying to say here, Preston, is this lady literally looked like and sounded like the minute he asked for help, she didn't want to deal with it anymore. It's just like, go to 115. Where's 115? Oh, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You work at the damn post office.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that so far? Just the way he was singled out and treated, just being in the post office with a camera.
It's not surprising, for Wichita Falls. I've lived here since I was 12. I'm 53. And any government employee, every post office, you go to the water department, you go to pay a bill. This is the way they treat the public. Yeah.
Okay.
There's some nice people that work there, but it's always an attitude. Always.
All right. Some of these guys are saying that we've got some feedback. So I don't know if they are hearing something in the background on your headset. I'm not playing the video, so I know I'm not getting any feedback here.
Okay. I killed everything. So hopefully that.
Near me, so hopefully that. I know sometimes when I have the YouTube playing and it's coming off of my speaker, it's being fed through. So, I'm just going by what everybody's doing, but are saying. But KCA with another 5 more memberships in the house. Appreciate that. Man, the one thing I noticed about the post office, though, I've had the cops called on me a few times. I've been trespassed, and I mean, once I was trespassed, but I made the cop go back in. The sergeant, he showed up and I kind of made him read the poster 7. He was a reasonable officer. That's the difference between the reasonable ones and the ones that are so quick to react, or they just don't care. And I saw this video earlier that I think the cop that showed up was not only was he unreasonable, but he was just one of those type that just don't care. And I think he was just fixing to put his hands on and arrest somebody just because it's Wichita Falls. They get away with stuff.
And I'll give you some. insight on that too. Just some insight on that too. Whether we could cover it now or we can talk about it later, but we'll tell you that as you watch this unfold, you're going to see that this officer arrived with an intent. He was on a mission. With intent.
Most of them are, and it's the only action they get. They got a call. There's somebody that's supposedly refusing to leave, and it's like, ooh, goody. It's the only action I'm going to get for the next month and a half, and that's how they act. But yeah, let me get through some more of this. I really didn't see anything wrong with his audit. This is how I started out, very passive. And I noticed that every time I went to, what's up, Raya Hoot, Serious Audits? Every time I went into a post office, I could stand in the corner with the camera quiet as can be. And literally Karens would freak out and call the cops. So I'm blown away how well mannered and calm he is. So
okay. I mean, I'd like to get
I'm proud of him for that. He does a great job.
My questions answered.
I'm proud of him for that. He does a great job.
115.
he's got a great demeanor.
Do I just knock on? Do I just knock on the door? Okay.
His lights off, he's not there.
Oh, I didn't know.
Okay, I got a question. Who does his editing? That was another question.
He does. He does
do
all
it all
of it.
himself.
Yeah. All of it himself. Captions, everything.
He just did that little. He did that little fast forward thing. I did the same thing when I started out, and I had trouble figuring it out, and I had to ask that question.
Yeah.
So you don't help him at all. He does it all himself.
He so far he's been doing it. When we started talking about doing this together, I had just had surgery recently, and so I wasn't able to get started when he started, and so he took it upon himself to run with it.
That's good. He's doing a good job. I can see that right here.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to this.
111. All right. No, I feel like they're just making a goof of me.
Hey.
Hi there. Hey, do you know what services this building offers to the public?
The regular clerk services and then passports.
Passports and clerk services. What else is left upstairs?
Department of Labor and what is it? U.S. probation.
Is it open? No, you have to make appointments.
Well, there's not usually, and some of those they're not always there. Like there's a federal courthouse too, but they're not there.
So I can't go up there.
Right, correct.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Right. Have a good one.
You too. I mean, they could answer that question. They really need to go to 2 different rooms for that.
It was a brush off.
We're just going to see how the workers deal with customers and how they would use the taxpayer, their hourly wage. How would they use that? Would it be towards disrespect to the customers? Would it be towards slacking off and just going to the back room and smoking or something? And really, so. And as you can see, that went very smoothly. There was no argument, no agitation. Nothing. What's that? Oh, sure.
Hello, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm just here to record you guys during your duties.
You cannot do that, not when we're doing passports. Because when we're doing passports, we're dealing with people's sensitive information.
Oh, I can't.
Here, I want to chime in a little bit. So here's a little trick that I learned at the post office. Go and buy your stamp.
Yeah.
Go buy a stamp.
Yeah.
Get your little survey that's on the receipt and let them know you're going to be filling out the receipt. Even if it's like this lady right here, when she came up to the counter, I'd buy my stamp. Now, when they call the cops, it's, no, I'm a paying customer. That way they can't sit there and say you're just in here loitering. Now you're a paid customer. even if it means buying an envelope and a stamp and sitting there and sitting your phone down on a stand and filling out the envelope, making them more uncomfortable. At least that way, if the cops do show up, you're conducting business. It's just a little trick.
Yeah.
There's a few other tricks if you're going into other government buildings. Like if you get in a little bind, always ask where the records department is so you can fill out a records request. Let them know you're not only there to film, but you're also there to do a records request. That way the cops, hey, there's little tricks you can do. Kansas City Accountability with another 5 memberships.
Yeah, that's helpful.
These are little tricks that you learn along the way. Nobody knows this from day one. Hit the ground running. So these are, I don't know if he's listening in the background or if something you guys can collab on.
Yeah.
And then were you or the missus with him at the post office?
His mom had dropped him off,
or was he there by himself
to do that? Yeah, he was by himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she dropped him off. He was there by himself. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was just one of my other questions because
I can.
No, you cannot.
I can. The way that it works is, can I explain to you why I can? Without you calling the cops?
She just walks
The way
off.
that it works is that we have a First Amendment right to record you guys during y'all's duties, and even if that concludes, okay. It's a public building.
Yeah, loitering.
How am I loitering? I'm doing constitutionally protected business, man. I've been respectful this whole time. I haven't been interrupting y'all's duties, y'all's business. I've been very respectful, man. And you haven't tried to talk to me. You turn this from a 1 to a 10 by calling the cops. As you guys know, this is a public building. And I can't be told that I'm loitering just because I'm recording. While we wait for the cops, I assume, because I'm assuming calling the cops.
I did the same thing. I looked at all my
Valentine's Day deliveries for your lover.
Excuse me, sir.
Hi there.
Can you turn that off so we can speak,
Oh,
please?
no.
What are you doing?
I'm here just recording the public building, and I'm recording basically their duties, seeing how they treat the public, trying to see how they just treat them, and if they're being respectful.
Okay, did they give you permission to do that?
I don't need permission. It's a public building. The way that it works is that we have a First Amendment right to record in public buildings, and that you know how they're public workers.
Okay.
You know how they're public. Hang on. You know how they're public workers, and how I can find y'all's salary, y'all's name, y'all's number, anything if I just request it. It's the same thing with me recording y'all. And this is a public building. I don't need permission. It's a one-party system where only one person needs to agree in a public space to record someone.
Well, we're going to have to ask you to leave because there's also the passport office. This is a federal building.
I don't need to leave.
And it's a federal courthouse.
It's a public building.
So
The
I'm
federal
going to
courthouse
ask
is
you
up there.
you're going to have to leave the building.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Am I being
The
trespassed?
police will be called
But I hope you know.
because this is disrupting our services.
I've been quiet this whole time. I hope you know. I've been quiet this whole time.
Okay, but I'm not giving you permission to do that.
I don't need permission. It's a public building.
Okay, then I'm going to contact the police
Ma'am, how
and
can
then
the
they
court-
can discuss this with you
Ma'am,
further.
Can I talk to
Okay?
you? But the court rules count up there, not down here. This is a
This
post
is
office.
a federal
A
building.
federal building
So
is public.
unfortunately,
A
that is
federal-
a different situation. We also have the U.S. Marshals here. So I will go ahead and I will contact the law enforcement agencies as well as myself to inform
Well,
that
you're already
we
here.
need you to leave.
You're already here. You don't need to be contacted.
I am a law enforcement officer.
Okay, well, that's a perfect thumbnail right there. But I stopped it. He should have used that as the thumbnail right there. How come he didn't ask what her name or her badge number or what agency she was with? Because she keeps saying I'm law enforcement, but then if she's law enforcement, why isn't she intervening? Thanks, KCA. Appreciate the one membership. You've only gifted like 25 memberships or something. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and we have plans to do we have a lot of local support behind this, and we have plans to do a follow-up audit here in the next couple of weeks and try to get a group to show up out there, and we just for that reason mainly is to get her information and try to educate them on what we are allowed to do, you know, and hopefully the same officer gets called back out there. Yeah, me too.
The one thing because I'm trying to figure out if she's a postal inspector, because now the fact that this building has more than just the post office in it, any federal officer should be intervening, not local law enforcement. Because they're a quasi like agency. Look, there's another one membership. Look at that. KCA is the best, man. I've seen videos where postal inspectors, and if you go to my community page, you'll see it a ways down. And if you guys will email me, I'll try to find the document and email it to you. It's a little memo that the post office receives where they say that everything that all these guys are doing, they're breaking the memo. They're breaking the policy because they're not supposed to engage. They're not supposed to single you out. They're not supposed to discriminate. They're not supposed to trespass you. They're not supposed to ask you to leave. They're not supposed to call local law enforcement. And they've broken every policy that's on that memo. Now, I'll tell you right now, I've gone to other post offices here in Fort Worth where they're actually legitimately, they know what they're doing down there and never say anything to you. And then you go into certain other post offices where you pretty much have a meltdown like this Karen here. So
right off the bat.
So I would say I would at first I thought it was training. It's not training. It's the leadership of the facility. Because if the person's not taking the memos and policies serious, then none of the rest of the staff is being notified. So, and I think that's a lot of it. I have a friend who just beat a trespassing charge here in Duncanville, Texas, which is right there by the Dallas area. She got arrested a year ago, and the local law enforcement came, snatched her up, took her to jail. She just got her case dismissed at the end of February. I think or like March 5th or something like that. So, and then the cops here are dumb, man. They're clueless, but need I say more? I was hoping to make it up to Wichita Falls because I would love to run some game on. I'd like to get those cops back for writing me that damn bullshit ticket they wrote me 4 years ago. But
a little reverse retaliation.
Just terrorize them cops for 4 days. Whether I'm following around and videoing every speed trap and every traffic stop. Yeah, just so
come on down. You would get a lot of action. It's these guys. We could go on about.
I'm looking to come up there, but look at that, another 5 membership. God dang, this I'm probably with all the subscribers I got there. I'm going to be running out of people that can get memberships at this point. Oh my God, look at this. I swear to God, this lady's name's got to be Karen. She looks like one, and she's definitely acting like one.
Yeah.
Officer.
Okay, but that doesn't mean.
And I'm asking you to leave.
But this is a public building, ma'am.
Okay, that is fine. I'm going to contact
Do you know what law I'm breaking?
You are not following the instructions.
What instructions? There's no law that I'm not. What law am I breaking, ma'am? Since you're a police officer, what law am I breaking? You don't know because this is my First Amendment right. And you know this, and you're calling the cops on me.
Now you're being disruptive.
I'm talking to you. I'm not being disruptive, ma'am. Now you're being disruptive. Okay, I'm sorry.
Like I'm
the judge.
I'm sorry. Me, and I'm sure a few people in here would have responded, "No, you are Karen." Just Have you ever, and that's the one thing I know he's listening because I see him commenting in here. Wichita, when they start acting this way, you just need to tell them, look, Karen, calm down. Karen, calm down. It's not the end of the world. Start doing that. You get some better you get some better content just from asking if their name's Karen.
Has to sign a paper to request me to leave. It can't just be
relax, Karen.
Because it's a
Relax. How's it going? Hey, got any ID on you?
No.
No? What's your name?
I don't need ID.
Hey, okay, guys. I want to let you guys know there's Wilson. D. Wilson. That guy is a crackhead because he went right for the ID. He didn't say, hello, how you doing? How's your mama now? It's, you got ID? Just like all the other crackheads on the police department. So he's got that ID addiction. So Officer Daniel Wilson here. Let's do this. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick. Hang on. .gov. Hang on. Hold on. I'm seeing if I can do this real quick. I just updated my PC earlier, and I wanted to see if, because sometimes I have an issue with this web browser. Yeah, it's going to do it. Okay, I may have to go to Microsoft Edge. I don't know if I can pull it up on Microsoft Edge, but sorry guys. I'm actually, since he gave me the full name of the cop, I'm actually looking up the cop to see if he's been anywhere else. My little my public investigative skills, as Let's OTV likes to say.
Now that he's on screen, I would kind of give you that he specifically was responding the way that he was because he knew that my son was auditing. So I want to preface it with that. And then I can, once it unfolds, then I'll explain that, why that's why we know that for sure. Yeah.
Am I spelling Wichita Falls wrong here? How do you spell it? W? Is it W-I, right? No. Uh-huh.
Yeah, C-A. Yeah, W-I-C-H-I-T-A, and then Falls.
Okay, no, I was trying to put an extra T in there for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Wichita Falls Police Department. Here we go. Let's see. Wilson. Oh, he was also Wichita County Sheriff's deputy. Well, he didn't make it very long. He made it about 4 months there as a jailer. So he's been a police officer in Wichita Falls for 11 years. Okay. See, I don't know if I can share that screen because it's a. Let's see if I can pull this up. Nope, it's because it's in a different screen. But yeah, I'm looking at. I go online and look at these guys. He's been a cop since July 1 of 2013 as a police officer. But when you leave the sheriff's office, even as a jailer, to go become a police officer somewhere else, it's usually because you don't have the competence or critical thinking or any of the qualities that a real police department wants. So, you know, you end up at a local municipal. Yeah, so don't worry. I'll be looking into Daniel Wilson. I'm going to be looking into his disciplinary records at Wichita Falls. That's my next thing. Is now that I know where he's been, and now I know how long he's been there. Now I can go back and look at his. Well, wait a second, 2013. Yeah, I guess he's about ready to hit 12 years. But yeah, I'm getting ready to go look at his disciplinary records. Anything I can help you guys with, I will. Just make sure you guys send me an email at bzwatchdog@gmail.com. And I will definitely, when I get the records back on this, I'll be more than happy to share these with you.
You do.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because they
This
call
guy's
in
a
here
clown.
to investigate that you're filming people and their sensitive information.
Can we lower it, please?
Lower what?
I'm saying I just want to talk calmly. Okay, so
am I talking not calmly?
I was saying it's the only way that you need an ID is if you have a reasonable articulable suspicion.
I believe that you're taking people's information because they're over here trying to get passports.
You believe, okay, but can you articulate it? And what crime is that? What statute does that fall under? See, I think
wait till
with
you
a little
hear
bit
the
of time, I think
statute
he's going to be able to snap back.
pulls out.
These Wichita Falls. Oh, the failure to identify? I already know about that one.
Okay.
Oh,
Do you have your ID on?
you'll see. Yeah.
Crackhead.
I do need your ID. I need your ID, your date of birth, and your name.
Crackhead.
Because you're over here collecting people's information on video of people getting passports and whatnot.
Who's saying this?
The people that work at the post office.
How can they prove that? How do you know I'm doing that? I haven't been doing that the whole time.
I need you to give me your ID.
First of all, I don't have
or I need you to give me your name and date of birth.
I'll give you my first name, Ian.
No, you're going to give me your name and your last name and date of birth, or you're going to go to jail for failure to identify because I'm investigating a felony that has occurred.
How am I doing? What felon am I doing?
You are collecting people's information up at the countertop that are getting passports.
It's no different than me just looking and having a piece of paper, sir.
That is different.
How?
Because that's people's sensitive
I can collect
information.
information on a piece of paper.
It doesn't matter. It's all on video right there.
How do you know?
Because they say that you're over here
They say
recording.
that. I can say that. I can say that your body cam was doing the same thing.
It is doing the same thing.
So you're taking people's information? That's illegal.
Am I taking people's information over there next to the
Am I
countertop?
detained?
Yes, you are.
For what?
For the investigation of you collecting people's information on
I
that.
don't need to be. I don't need to cooperate in your investigation.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You're going to go to jail for failure to identify if you don't identify yourself right
I
now.
don't need to identify, sir.
Excuse me?
I don't need to identify, sir.
Okay.
Okay. So you detained me for recording in a public space? Not you, sir. You just got here. But you detained me for recording in a public space?
I don't know. I just got here
But why are you called?
to investigate why you're here, I
I'm
guess.
in a public space, in a post office, correct?
Okay.
So why am I detained?
Now, I do want to share this with everybody. So, okay. Oh, there's another one membership. Thank you, KCA. Let me blow this up for a second. Oh, hang on one second. Hang on one second. Oh, hang on.
I like the banner that he has.
Sorry, I had to take that real quick, but yeah. So just to let you know, 3802 is failure to identify. Now, if you go down here to section B-1, I know this one very well. Person commits an offense. Oh, hang on. I'm sorry. It's this one right here. B section right here. So a person commits an offense if he intentionally gives false or fictitious. Now, keep in mind, this is if you're detained. Okay. So if you're detained, a person commits an offense if you give them a fictitious false name, residence address, date of birth, and if you've been detained, lawfully arrested, or request information where they think that you have good cause to be a witness in a criminal offense. But if you don't give them your name, it's not false and it's not fictitious. However, if you look at the case law of Hibble versus Nevada, you only have to tell an officer how you identify. You don't have to give them your name. So you can identify as an American citizen. You can identify as a minor. You can identify as a good, like I said, good citizen, American, a person.
Right.
I know you can identify as John Smith or John Doe, but it's not a false or fictitious name because you're not trying to elude the officer. And then you also can go ahead and just invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent and not say another word. Try to get more evidence on you. It's going to be kind of hard. But I just wanted to pull that statue up because I can't believe they try to charge him with this, which I think is ridiculous. This guy ought to be fired because this is a big lawsuit right here. It's a wrongful arrest and prosecution.
Yeah, and it gets worse. Yeah.
Hang on, my bad.
You just said. I asked what I did was suspicion. And why is suspicion? Suspicion.
Repeat back to what I said.
I said, what did I do? Suspicion.
Nick, what did you say? You said, because you were acting suspicious.
So exactly. Suspicious gives you the right to put me in handcuffs? No.
It gives us the right to investigate.
Investigate doesn't mean you can put me in handcuffs. And you know what happens? I don't need to cooperate in your investigation.
No, you don't.
So why am I in handcuffs?
To make sure you stay here.
But I need to cooperate. You want? So why am I in handcuffs? I need to cooperate, correct? So why does I walk away? I'm going to get thrown around because I'm not cooperating. So what is it?
Well,
see, exactly. You see the contradiction, correct?
No,
you do. So okay, I can't. So I need to cooperate in the investigation. But you're putting me in handcuffs in order to cooperate.
Whatever.
Hey Preston, I have to step away for a couple minutes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this real quick. I'm just going to mute my mic, but I will be right back. Okay, just so that everybody can hear this.
You were asking me before I got in. Ask me what I did then. Be professional. Ask me what I did.
is how about you let him decide what's going to happen, and I stand here and watch you. Correct. How about that? How about that? All I want to know, sir, is what I did. I'm not going to talk to you about that for you.
Yeah, I don't know if if that's where the video ends. Hey, Ian, is that where it ends? Oh, it cuts off for a bit. Okay, so it should be coming back on for some more audio. We'll get better on the editing as he gets more practice posting these things.
Well, on the sidewalk, people aren't getting passports and identifying.
It doesn't matter. It's a public space. That's all that matters. There's no ifs, buts about it. Is this a public space? What's their rights for it? It doesn't matter because the thing
is it your right to stand there when somebody's trying to get a passport and giving all their sensitive information to get identification? They said you were standing up here at the counter.
Wow. I have it on video. I have it on video.
Here doing this.
That's perfect. Put my camera down. That's my property.
Well, no, this is going to be evidence now. And you're going to jail for failure to identify. And I'm going to write up another report for fraudulent use or possession of identifying information.
Wow. Which we will search the phone for. To find.
Yeah, we can.
To find.
Good luck getting
to find the evidence.
Oh my God.
To.
So they're going to search for it.
Yeah.
So they're going to take off.
After trying to grab people's stuff.
I have the right to stop the recording.
If you grab my hand again, we're going to have a talk.
You know I didn't grab you on purpose, sir. You know I didn't grab you on purpose. Don't play that card. You know I was trying to stop the recording. No, I see there's a button on the back right here. There's a button. That's it.
I don't know how it works.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Are you going to give me your identifying information? Okay.
Big mistake here. Is this a public building, correct?
Kind of. You'll get phone calls from jail.
So when I walked in, I see him standing at one of the counters recording everything.
And this is his mom.
I agree with you.
Who he's talking to, the author's
I wasn't
talking.
even messed up about that to begin with. And then when I asked him what his name and date of birth is, and I try to get his identification, he doesn't have to because he's not being investigated for any crime.
No, if you're a police officer, you automatically get that verbally information.
And she doesn't know the law very well, so she.
Go to jail for failure to identify, and then I'm going to write a separate report up, turn in his watch and his phone, which he was recording on, and that will be a fraudulent use or possession of identifying information.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Former President Barack Obama is sharply
Sorry, I'm
criticizing
back. Hang on.
President Trump's economic policies.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to make you have to listen to that Donald Trump CNN news stuff. But so my question is, when's his court date?
Okay, so let me catch you up on what he was released less than 2 hours after he was taken to juvenile, because they were part of it was we started a campaign, a Facebook campaign to basically get the calls in to tell him to let him out because he didn't do anything wrong. But what he ended up charging him with, that the judge said dismissal on it automatically, was he charged him with false identifying for giving a false name. He claimed in his affidavit to the judge that Ian told him his name was Eli and that he had lied to him and gave him a false name because he knew he couldn't arrest him for failure to ID. And he was determined to arrest him for anything that he could. Because when we're getting the body cam footage, waiting for that, in it, you're going to hear him talking to his mom in the rest of that conversation that was at the end, where he tells his mom that he's sick of these First Amendment auditors, and they may get away with that crap with rookie cops, but they're not going to get away with that crap with him. So he already had it in his mind. He knew that my son was auditing when he was coming. So I want to hear the call on what they were called out on, because I'm very sure that he knew ahead of time before he even walked in the door that it was an auditor. And so in his mind, the seizing of the property of his watch and his cell phone, claiming it as evidence, he's claiming charges of possessing or misuse of identifying information, which it has to be, you have to show intent, that you have that information of other people with intent to use it fraudulently. It's not accidentally or just anything like that. You have to willfully be getting that information to be charged with that. So that was automatically going to get thrown out. He just took his phone and stuff and seized all that for evidence, so he couldn't have that footage. And he was just going to try to get in the phone with a search warrant and then end up deleting it. And that's what I think. But he got out 2 hours later. They dismissed the charges. We got his phone and his watch back 2 days ago. Whenever we posted the video, the day he posted the video was the day that we got the property back, when he seized it without any probable cause at all. So yeah. So no court date. Now we're just at that point.
Crazy that actually happened. Hang on one second. I keep getting.
Yeah, and I don't know if y'all can hear me or not, but just so there's not dead air, while he was being arrested, I called, I'm sorry, there you are. Sorry. I was
Man, sorry, where I'm at, they keep calling me, so I apologize, man. So
hey, no, don't mind at all. Just glad you have us on. But what I was saying is, when he got arrested and I got notified, I called the PD immediately and told them that I needed to talk to his supervisor. And he called me back. He called me pretty quickly, which was good. It was Sergeant Nelson for the Wichita Falls Police Department. And I explained to him that he was arrested. There was no probable cause. There was no, and he backed his play. He said, no, he said he lied and gave him a false name. So he's going to jail for false ID. And so it's a problem that comes from the top, because they're backing the crooked guys too. So
there we go. Sorry, I was trying to fix my screen and hit the wrong button. But yeah, it happens from time to time. I definitely want everybody to go over to the channel, Wichita. He did spell audits wrong when he set up that channel, by the way.
Oh, did he? I haven't even looked at it. I'll have to go in and do some editing on it.
Yeah. So yeah, he spelled it, because it says at Wichita Falls and then it's ADUITS. I think he had fat fingers that day.
Yeah. He gets it from me. So.
No problem. I've got the link in the sidebar. Just let everybody that's here tonight go over there, subscribe, put your notification bell on, let them know that BZ Watchdog sent you.
Awesome.
Just so that way we get that handled. What I want to do is actually request these records, and I was going to do that real quick. And like I said, I'm trying to get that's kind of what I was doing when that phone call came in real quick that I had to take. See, Wichita Falls public information request. I just don't want to put this on the screen just yet, because sometimes it automatically fills in my personal information. Sometimes I just really don't want anybody to have my info when I'm trying to put the public information request in. But I'm surprised you guys. I mean, if you guys don't know, already, I'm guessing you haven't requested. What have you requested so far from a records department?
So far, body cam
footage.
And then I wanted to wait until disposition was fully complete to just start getting everything, just kind of like doing discovery, so we're going to run the whole gamut. We're going to get the arrest affidavits, the chain of custody on his phone and his watch, because there were some discrepancies there too. Because he did the Find My Watch app within a few hours of it being taken, and because we were trying to locate it at the time, trying to convince them to release it because it was taken by with no probable cause. So in all of that hustle and bustle, we did the Find My Device app, and it showed it at some apartments clear across town from the police department. So when I confronted the sergeant about that, and then did and also started an internal affairs investigation on Daniel Wilson, and told them about that, they said they looked into that and that no, it was always in evidence since after the arrest, and they don't know why Apple would be showing the device clear across town. So they're claiming it was a glitch. I think there was more to it. So I want a copy of the chain of custody on that as well. So, but that's about where we're at now.
Okay. Well, as soon as I can get this to work here, I don't know what is going on I'm having some technical difficulties on my end. I don't know why stuff is popping up that I didn't even ask my computer to pop up. So
yeah, but yeah, I went up the next day and submitted a formal complaint for an internal affairs investigation. It took them about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, and they sent me a letter saying they completed their investigation, and thank you for taking the time to let us know what I thought. So no disposition.
In other words, they investigated.
Nothing.
In other words, they investigated themselves and found no wrongdoing. Right? Is that what you're telling me?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, it seems to be a common thing among most police departments. How did you fill out your complaint? Did you actually go hand by hand?
Yeah, I hand wrote it there on the spot. That's their policy. You have to request them there and then fill them out and drop them off there.
Which is crazy because down here in Fort Worth, if you do a complaint, other than filling it out and actually doing internal affairs work for them, and not basically you have to fill out all the policy violations and all that stuff, or nothing ever gets done. They just kind of laugh at you. So let me do this real quick. I'm just trying to get through this screen so no one sees my information here.
Yeah. Oh, and I will say that they will play games too with these records. Just to give you a heads up, one of the local guys that I talked to, that's First Amendment, activist as well, immediately did a request on Wilson's disciplinary file, and they sent it to him fully redacted, and he asked why, and they said that because he didn't specify what parts of that he wanted disclosed. So they literally redacted everything aside from the basic information on there. So you have to ask them specifically, but they won't tell you what specifically they want, but that it wasn't specific enough. And I'll send you. Okay, I can send you a copy of that. That BS redaction.
Don't worry. Check this out. And also, or Officer Daniel Wilson, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And we don't really have involved party. Okay, I agree to this. I agree. I was right. Attach the copy. Leave. You believe you may have special right of access to these records. See Texas Code 5. Okay, so check the. I'm gonna share the screen at this point over here. Share my screen. So let's see how much you can hear. I got to blow this up a little bit. There you go. So this is what I'm going to be redoing right here. This is, you see how I worded that? I can blow it up some more if I need to for you.
Yeah, I'm like almost all blind, so even if you blew it up, I wouldn't be able to see it on my phone. But I'll get my son
Right
to
there. It
screenshot.
says, I'm requesting the verbal reprimands, written reprimands, and all suspensions for Officer Daniel Wilson. So,
nice.
So you do have to kind of be detailed. If you come back with founded complaints, sometimes that'll get you what you're looking for. Sometimes you got to be specific. This is a matter of public records. The reason they're hitting you with the redaction stuff is because I'm sure it had his address, his in his personnel file. It has like date of birth. They're supposed to redact that stuff, but they will try to hold it up for that basic stuff. But so, and I want, here we go. I can do this. I want all of these detailed disciplinary records unredacted. There you go. Now we'll send this off. We'll see what they say, and then we'll deal with the Attorney General from there on, because the Attorney General handles all that other stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Unless they belong to a civil service union that bars me from, and I see it like in Fort Worth, I see it in Irving, I see it in a couple of the places, but I'm sending that off right there, so I have that. But I told your son, I sent an email. I got my number there. I want you guys to call me after this live stream so we can talk about a few things off the air.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. But I want to let everybody know I appreciate everybody coming in. Everybody go over there, subscribe to Wichita Falls Audits. The link is right there. One last time, subscribe to his channel. Let him know that BZ Watchdog sent you over. Appreciate all the, oh my God, I'm going through all my I gifted out 10 memberships myself because I'm able to do 10 a month, but I got 1 from Chevy, 5 from Kansas City Accountability, 5 more from Chevy, 5 more from Kansas City, 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 1 more from Kansas City, 1 more from Kansas City, 1 more from Kansas City, 5 more from Kansas City, 5 more from Kansas City, 1 from Kansas City, 1 from Kansas City, and 1 last one from Kansas City. I don't even know how many that is. That's Jesus. The most memberships I've ever seen in a month, let alone in one chat. So I'm going to tally them up real quick. I've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That's just from the 5s at a time, not counting the 10 I gave out. And then we've got the single ones. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got 42 plus the 10 I gave out. That's 52 free memberships gifted to anybody that may be watching, has watched, or will continue to watch. And again, thank you, Kansas City, for all the man, it's crazy all the donation memberships you did tonight. So I appreciate all that. And I'm sure his sub count has gone up. The last I checked, he was at 333. Someone told me he was at 660 or 360 something. And I'm looking now, and he is at 658 right now. Let me blow that up.
Oh, wow. Well done.
I mean, we've kind of made him a little bit of a rock star tonight. And keep in mind, First Amendment Protection Agency hasn't even covered him. Kansas City Accountability hasn't covered him, nor all the other people that may be covering him after this live stream.
Wow.
I have a buddy by the name of Michael Eline. He's a lawyer out of Texas and in California. I told him about yours when we were on the live stream earlier, so he might be covering yours as well.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to get him as much exposure as we can. We need somebody like him that's going to keep doing what he's doing up there in Wichita Falls, help out his community. And like I said, we can talk more after we end this live stream, but I just want to oh, trust me, we all going to steal your content, man. We all going to steal your content, Wichita. We all going to steal it because we need to promote you, so we're going to be using it. But you're at 658. I hit refresh. He's at 659. So he's probably going to be at 1,000 before Monday. So,
wow, yeah, he's loving it. He's loving it, and this has been exciting for him. And appreciate y'all having us on here and doing that. Wichita Falls is a black hole with constitutionality. Everybody. It seems like everybody just is just a fall in line type person. Cops are the heroes and all that. They do an important job. I wouldn't have done it myself, but there's rules. The Constitution trumps them all.
Well, rules for thee, but not for me. I get it.
Yeah,
I'll get your info. Okay, yeah, KCA. I'll talk to them on the phone. I'll send the info along, dude. I'll get it to you. I don't know, just Willie's over here complaining that I've got him blocked, but I don't have anybody blocked. Anyways, guys, I am going to get out of here. I'm going to end this live stream. And like I said, if you guys will call me as soon as we get done, I emailed in my number. So
sounds good. Yeah, I'll give you a call.
And with that being said, if you haven't subbed to Wichita Falls Audit, do it. Do it now. Do it before we go. So I'll talk to you in a few, Preston.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Later, Gators.